Hey everyone, this might seem a little strange, but I have brought my Thieves Cleaner to talk about it, and yes, I'm sitting in my car. You gotta use the time when the moments present themselves, right? So I have a couple of minutes. I wanna deep dive this cleaner to you because it's way more than just a cleaner. Okay, I'm not here to give you a sales pitch on how effectively it cleans and give you a demo and all this kind of stuff. What I do want you to know about this bottle, which is kind of hard to see, there you go, Thieves right there. What I do want you to know about this bottle is this is a hormone supporting product. I'm gonna just let that sink in for a second. A hormone supporting product. Sorry if you can't see that. What in the heck do I mean about that? So I've just kind of been digging for a way to present a cleaning product to you, because even though there's over 100 surfaces in your home that you can clean, and you can literally throw away every single other toxic cleaning substance in your entire house, whether you've got a cleaner for your shower, your tub, your tiles, your floor, your countertops, your sinks, your windows, your glass, your mirrors, your floors, your tabletops, vinyl, leather, it doesn't matter. Every single surface in your house can be cleaned with the Thieves Cleaner at various different dilution rates. And then of course, secondly, we can always talk about the price, because people are like, what? I'm not paying that much for a bottle. You're paying for concentrate. You take less than a cap full and put it in with a whole entire other spray bottle bigger than this full of water, and that basically comes out to 75 cents per spray bottle. That is cheaper than the stuff you can buy at the dollar store. You get up to 28 bottles, cleaning bottles, for what you get for this, okay? So all right, money aside and functionality aside, because it's not just a green cleaner, it's an effective cleaner. It works amazingly well in all areas of the home because of the essential oils that are in here. It actually does kill the germs. Unlike a lot of other plant cleaners that are just greenwash, it's nice, it's good for the environment, yay, it's plant-based material, but doesn't actually effectively clean. This does effectively clean. But I'm not even here to talk about all of that, okay? Let me show it to you again. I want to talk about this as a hormone supporting product, okay? I love it because when people talk about a cleaner, that's what we focus on. Does it clean? How much does it cost? What does it do? You know, all this stuff in my house. And while that's important, and it does all those things amazingly well, what we're not really looking at is the behind the scenes look of what are all those other chemicals actually doing to us that we may have been using instead, whether we're using it for our tub or using it for our tile, using it for our toilet, using it for our sink, right? I mean, I know each of you can go underneath your sink in your bathroom or in your kitchen or wherever you've got that bucket full of purple and blue and yellow and pine scented, lemon scented, blah, 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 right? You know what I'm talking about, because you probably have a cleaner for every single thing in your house, because guess what the label says? To use this for that and this for that. And, you know, maybe you might get a better clean scrubbing things with something scoury. Okay, but what are you actually doing to yourself in the process? So that's what I want to talk about. Why am I saying this is a hormone supporting product? Because the reality is, when you're using all these other products in your home, like we talked about the laundry list of all the different this for that items in there, every single last one of them is full of all kinds of toxins, full of chemicals that you can't pronounce, full of artificial fragrance, which is the hiding place for all kinds of chemicals that they don't want us to know about, full of artificial colors, which oftentimes are known carcinogens, full of artificial fragrance. I'm sorry, I already said that. Full of all this different stuff. If you just flip over the label, you're going to see what you don't know what those things are. And the assumption of the American public is that because the Food and Drug Administration has approved it for our use, that it's safe for us. What we need to get out of our paradigm is thinking that they are the filtration system that is filtering everything first, and then they pass it to us, when really the opposite is quite true. They rubber stamp everything, it goes onto the shelf, and the burden of proof is on us, because all of a sudden we're developing weird tumors or cancers or respiratory issues or heart conditions, and then we have to come up with a link. Hey, this condition is caused by this product. Or furthermore, this condition is caused by this chemical in this product. And only then will a product be pulled from the market. So the American consumer public needs to understand that the FDA actually works quite in reverse. They are not the filtration net that we want them to be, or that we think that they are. They are the power in place to force a chemical company, once it's discovered that it's causing damage, to force them to pull it off the shelf. It works completely different than you're thinking. So when you're using all this myriad of different cleaners and things at home, one of the worst types of ingredients, it's not an ingredient actually, but one of the worst things that these chemicals do, they behave as, it's called a xenohormone. Okay, xeno, we're just going to say, means fake, a fake hormone. Okay. Our body makes real hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers in your body that go from cell to cell, and they plug into the cell, literally like a lock plugs into a key, and they deliver information to the cell. And the information they deliver to the cell is literally a blueprint. It's like a message like, hey, execute such and such function. And sometimes that function is, hey cell, I need you to make these other hormones, and broadcast some sort of message all over the body that's then going to go to all the other cells and give them information to act upon. When our real body is sending real natural hormones to the cell, and the cell is going to execute a function, well, that is harmony. That is what our body's designed to do. Our body sends the hormones that are needed. It sends a messenger that is needed. The cell executes the function that is needed. And when that function has been executed, it shuts off that whole system. And we return to our normal stability process. And if something gets out of balance, more hormones send more messages to then put the balance back into place. Okay, that's how the body is designed to work. Now, you're taking chemicals from outside of yourself that are created in a laboratory that are behaving like hormones. They're behaving like hormones, only here's what happens. They come into the body. We know they go through our skin. We know they get into our bloodstream. We know these things are circulating. They find these chemicals in babies' umbilical cords, for crying out loud. Those hormones acting substances, they lock into your cell, they send messages into your cell, only guess what? The cell kicks into overdrive doing whatever those chemicals are telling it to do. The cell does it when you didn't ask it to do it, and the body does not need what the cell is doing. It does it in extremis, and it just keeps doing the same action over and over and over again, and it doesn't shut off. Okay, a natural hormone is telling your body what it's telling your cells to execute what it needs. It executes it for a short enough duration of time, and then it shuts off the switch so that your body is maintaining stability. But a fake hormone plugs in there, and it just keeps sending the signal, repeat, 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 repeat. You get the picture? The body gets overloaded by these hormones. So Google this, the dangers of estrogen dominance in both men and women. It's the number one cause of estrogen dominance is a toxic burden. Where's this toxic burden coming from? It's coming from our fertilizers and pesticides in our foods. It's coming from the chemicals we bring into our home. It's coming from the candles that we burn. It's coming from our hair, that shampoo that we use in our hair, and conditioner and body lotions and soaps and fragrance and dish soap and all the household cleaners, not this one, that you have underneath your sink that are not 100% organic plant-based. That is where this estrogen dominance is coming from. So the number one way to support our hormones and keep them functioning in a healthy balance is to get that stuff out of your house. Don't use it all up first and then throw it away. Guys, if you really were to take all of those cleaners, put them into a bucket and add up the dollar amount, it's probably $20 or $30 worth of stuff. But is that worth to you to use all the drops of that if you're talking about years of cancer down the road? Absolutely not. I think any one of us would give up $20, $30, $200, $2,000 to avoid what is inevitably going to happen if we keep bringing these toxins into our house and into our home. Guys, this is a hormone supporting product because by getting all the toxins out, you're stopping the bombardment of your endocrine system. You're also giving immune support because you've got the power of Thieves essential oils in here. It's good for the earth. It's good for your house. It's good for your baby who's crawling across a freshly mopped floor. and you're leaving a legacy for your kids and for future generations to do things right and to turn around this corner of chemical burden that we have only in the last 50 years really inundated ourselves. So I need you to look at this product as more than just a nice to have. It's a must have for every single home, every single person on planet Earth.